Professional speakers, when was the last time you opened your contacts list and asked who in here could book me? And I just haven't asked. If you couldn't prospect anyone new for 30 days, could you still fill your calendar? Is your database an asset or just a list? If any of those landed, you are listening in at the right time. Professional speakers, welcome to another episode of In the Room, the Spotlight Series, National Speakers Association of Southern California. Our upcoming event is Friday, 15th of May, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's virtual and it's called Xray, your database for gold. Turn contacts into cash and bookings. Now, most speakers spend countless hours chasing new leads while sitting on the hidden gold mine, their own database. And in this session, you're going to learn from our guest, Karen Fenneroli, how to segment your contacts strategically, identify the high-value connections you already have, and use simple outreach strategies that start real conversations and with event planners and decision makers. Whether your list has hundreds or even thousands of names, you walk away with clear steps to turn dormant contacts into warm opportunities and booked stages. So our guest today is Karen Fenneroli, CEO of Fenneroli Associates, advising Fortune 1000 companies, pro sport franchises, and high net worth family enterprises. She's the author of The 5% Zone on the hidden networks elite speakers use to succeed exponentially. And in this recording today, she's going to show us how to Xray the contacts we already have and turn dormant names into booked stages. Karen, it is a pleasure to be speaking with you. How are you today?
Fantastic. You are the highlight of my week, Sam, and the newest contact in my golden Rolodex.
Tell us more about that.
Well, every time we are with a talent, we assess, are we going to stay connected?
Yeah.
And what I did appreciate out of many things was you were prepared, and I did my research on you. I made a personal phone call because I wanted to see, how sticky should I be with this podcast? And you have my attention. So thank you. Happy to be your guest.
A pleasure. We are looking forward. When I say we, I mean NSA SoCal board and members. We are looking forward to you speaking to our members this Friday morning, Pacific time. So for the listener, we've got a few questions for Karen. So if you are sitting on the fence about coming to this Friday's event, stay listening because I'm going to be asking Karen some questions about the topic. So let's get into it, Karen. First of all, something fun and easy. Where are you calling from today? And what's something you've been up to that's perhaps not speaker related?
So I am dialing in from the heartland of the Midwest, Kansas City, which many people ask me, is it Missouri and Kansas? And it is, yes, two cities. Also home of the World Cup starting here in June and July. So what am I doing that is not speaker related or leader related? I'm planning an excursion that has absolutely no contacts that are business related.
Good.
Yeah.
We need those.
Yeah, we need those because I've got to unplug. And by me unplugging, it helps other people unplug. And we just have to regroup and be more thoughtful. So I'm looking forward to that. Going to Hawaii at the end of the year.
Oh,
excited
great.
about that. Yeah.
What island do you prefer out of the three big ones?
I am going to Maui, and I like that. We're just private home, and we're going to stop at Pearl Harbor on the way back. My son-in-law is going to have his first visit, so we're super excited about that history. Honoring why peace is important. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I'd ask you the same story. So what are you, the question, what are you doing It
Yeah.
has nothing
So,
related to this podcast.
well, I just picked up a book from the library for my sweetheart.
Mm,
And she's right into film, and this was a Hollywood book. But for myself, I'm into, I guess you could say, the internal world or the internal cinema of the
mm,
mind. And I found a book by that is I guess, a biography by a theoretical physicist, Wolfgang Pauli, and the
mhm,
founder of depth psychology, Carl Jung. And I've got it right here. It's
mm.
called Deciphering the Cosmic Number: The Strange Friendship of Wolfgang Pauli and Carl Jung. So it's mostly about synchronicity and coincidences and trying to
Mm.
understand the nature of that. So I geek out on that sort of stuff. That's me.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now, for the listener, let's get on to the topic. We got some questions for Karen. All right. Now, before I go any further, did I say your last name correctly? Fenneroli.
Fenneroli.
It's
Very
beautiful.
Italian.
Very Italian. I love it. All right, beautiful. We're going to get along just fine. Karen, when was the last time you mined your own database for a booking, and what did it cost you to leave it sitting?
So that's a loaded question. Professionally, I own a headhunting firm.
Mm,
So it is not a fair question to ask anyone, when did you last mine your database? I am professionally paid to create databases.
mm,
It is a secret weapon and it is used for forces of good, right? Career elevation, talent, ascension, and corporate enterprise. So, when did I use one to get my booking? I'll give you an exact example. I was working on a project for a family office, and the banker from the family just asked me a random question. He said, I thought you were speaking on a topic. And I said, I am. I am speaking on a topic. And he asked me what my fee was. And I said, my fee is actually driven by charity. So I'll take 50% of that fee and donate that to one of my charitable causes because I feel strongly that I want to represent charity as I speak. So that banker was in my database.
mm.
And I asked the banker why it was important to him that he even referred me. He said, because you're helping my clients. You're helping my clients see something around the corner that they don't really see themselves.
Mm.
So
Thank you.
that was in my database.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this idea of the 5% zone. That's a
Yep.
topic you talk about
Yep.
quite a lot. So, what makes the top 5% of a speaker's network
Yep.
so disproportionately powerful? And
Yep.
how do we, as professional speakers, identify who's actually in ours?
Okay. So whether you're a CEO or a $1 million speaker, the 5% of all of the elite performers have a few things in common. First, they have a vision that they can clearly communicate and they get out of the way of everything else. Crisp, clean, short communication. Second, they actually engage with someone on that.
Mm,
And you can't be an introvert and not sell your ideas and not sell your vision. So top performers, elite speakers, they're selling the vision of their speakerhood. They just
yeah.
do it. Now, how the database came into this was, I'm interviewing, I'm assessing talent, and I realized that the best talent, who are sometimes the best speakers, groom this database and they decide people they're not going to really connect with anymore. They don't have things in common with them. They don't want to go on this mutual journey of leadership together. And I looked back at my database and said, am I doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Am I selfishly spending time with people that I think are doing mutual good? And I really just took a step back. I did deleted a bunch of databases I owned and created some killer databases. And I'm sitting in those databases now and we're doing work together. And that's what really elite players do. they decide to do business together, it's a very long road if you're trying to be a narcissist and do it by yourself.
Is it?
Lead speakers have good posses. Yeah.
Thank you. Now you said, you know, it's about being. It sounds like it's being selective. And
Hmm.
is it also about being aware of perhaps altruism that goes too far, that you're not getting a
Right.
return on your
Right.
investment?
Right. Right.
So, could you say that altruism has got a downside?
Well, we need to balance gain.
Mm,
It's a debit and credit. There's
yep.
a P&L, there's a balance sheet. And at the end of the day, what I want is I want to give a little bit more than I get. I really do. And you have to watch that. And in even referring other speakers, I want to refer 7 gigs and I'll take 6 back. But I want to refer more than I'm getting because that creates, I'm happy about that. Right.
Is it
So,
is it along the lines of under promise, over deliver? Is it in the same lines of that?
yeah, so that gets back to again, why is someone in the 5% zone? Ethics are about being genuine.
Mm.
That is the phrase. If you're in your 20s, being ethical is being genuine. And that means giving, really giving, and being incredibly genuine about that. Um, Ethics are probably the word of the baby boomers, but being genuine is the word of the young crowd,
Mm.
20s and 30s. Yeah.
All
So how
right.
do you be a genuine speaker? You got to give it away on the stage.
Yeah.
And you have to give it away by referring people. You've got to give it away in podcasts like this, at the NSA SoCal event. I'm giving away time with me. Now I
Let's
don't.
talk. Let's
Yeah,
talk more about that.
yeah, yeah. So I don't have that time, but I know it really is important to a chapter to raise money. It's extremely expensive to do business in Los Angeles. And I thought, well, how could I make a dent in some of those speaker venues and everything that you've got going on there? I said, I'll give away 4 sessions. It's a 30-minute block, and I'm just going to completely Xray your database one on one and just write the check to the chapter
Well,
because
thank you.
that helps you. One day when you get to be the president, you'll
That's in
come
two
back and be
years.
like, you'll be like, "Hey, Karen, do you remember when you did that 2 years ago?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, hit me up again. Go ahead, hit me up again."
Now, thank you for that. For
Mhm.
the speaker who's listening, give us a little preview of what they're going to learn
Yeah.
from this Friday, what they're going to take away. Let's go.
Okay. So the first hour or 45 minutes, because Nick said I would start about 7 minutes in, you had some administrative details. We're going to jump right into pencil and paper, pen in hand, blank paper in front of you. And I'm going
Yep.
to ask you about 5 databases. I'm going to say, in your 20s, when you were gritting and growing, who is the one person that you were still doing business with or that you still trust and would want to share revenue with?
Yeah.
That's one. Okay, now in your 40s or 30s, I'd call it the mid market of your career. Who are the people that are industry contacts? I mean, because by the time you're 35, you really are an expert in something. Speakers have to be an expert in something. That's why they get the gigs. So, who's the number one expert that's your peer? Write that name down. Okay. So, we're going to build a database on that expert peer. When you get in your 40s, you're looking at a little bit more money. You're looking at affinity groups like the NSA, and you look around your own chapter or you look nationally and say, is there anyone in this affinity group that I really want to follow? And they might want to follow me. Nick Damos is in one of my affinity groups. We have a mastermind. I put it together and I was like, okay, I call it the hexagon.
Shout out to Nick.
Shout out to Nick. And we have head of NSA in Atlanta, in DC, in Philadelphia, in Arizona. And what I know is this, and I said Philadelphia, uh, we all learn from each other, and there's this like friction, especially in mentor groups, that you should be calling out people and got to have accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that really is what I think an extremely valuable, mature database is. And then the final one is the walk-off database, and that's the legacy. Who are the people that you really know that are just giving it all away? What is that? I mean, scarcity. The more you give successfully, the more the karma of the world, and really the more other business people look at you and say, I have got to hang out with her.
Would you
Yeah.
say that it is, if you are putting out a certain amount of value, that the universe recognizes that and
Mhm.
reciprocates to balance it?
Oh, definitely. It freaks people out.
It's kind of cool if you think about it. I mean,
It's a physics activity.
rather than
Yeah.
coming from a place of scarcity, of desperation, if you come
Yeah.
from a place of abundance and
Yeah.
inspiration, the
Yeah.
universe strangely says, oh, you want to play that game?
And there are events, and I can get back to again what the top, the 5% zone, the um the vision of a leader is refined by experience.
Mm.
The vision of a speaker is grounded by experience. The very high, like at the top of the mountain, and the very low, trauma. And having the vulnerability to put all of that package on stage, and then also know that in your database, are you hanging out with people that remember you when? I mean, many of us go through a trauma, right?
Yeah.
You can't leave it behind. It makes you better. So do you even have a database of friends or of a posse group that is like, I was there when your mom had cancer. I was there when your husband tragically died. And I'm not going back. I'm always going to remember those times.
The
There's
crisis.
the crisis, and there's an NSA president. She's amazing. Tragic death of her husband. Walked into a hospital with her husband, didn't come out with her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, that trauma database to me, that may be the most emotional, but it just is a grounding rod. Yeah.
Mm.
But thanks for asking about it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Inspiring. Thank you. I want
Mhm.
to ask some practical questions
Yep.
now for our listeners.
Yep.
You've talked about, the first sort of steps into, the 5% zone. I want to ask now, when a speaker reaches out to the dormant contact
Yep.
after months or years
Yep.
of silence, what's the right way to open up the conversation so it doesn't feel awkward?
Yeah. So it is all about giving before you ask, right? And if you're an expert speaker, you've got a gem. You've got a gem you want to share. And okay, so I'm going to give you an example. Open AI is all in, right? I mean, AI is everything. I have a very good friend at OpenAI, and I called her up and I just said, listen, you absolutely need nothing, but you might need an answer to this question. And she says, do tell. I gave her the question. She said, how did you know that was on my mind? I said, because I know you. That was on your mind. So finding the little nugget that even a dormant contact will get excited about, it's a gem. Yeah.
It's almost like I'm not going to say mind reading, but you are appreciating that
Mm,
contact so much that you are able to sort of intuitively know what would be of value to them
yeah. Yep.
to reignite that relationship so that they can say, wow, this person knew what I was thinking. They're of value to me. And it
Yep.
grows it again. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So there's 4 Ds in this process. The last one is decoding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a secret language. If you decode what the recipient needs, I mean, it's real and it is genuine.
Yeah.
And if you happen to have it, you elevate your speaker status. And I think the exercise in the second hour, and we will do some hot seats.
Nice.
Okay, I've got 5 questions now. We're going to talk about that contact in your legacy group. Someone share a 1-minute story about why that legacy contact will help your speaking career. Say it in 39 seconds. I'm starting the timer. Yeah. So
Effective. Nice.
effective. And then we'll give, let's say, I don't know how many people will be on the call. I hope there are 100, but if there are 50, we'll do breakout rooms and we'll try to just give some people airtime. Put it in the chat. Tell me why you
Yep.
like this legacy contact. Walk that back. Say, if I would have created a mastermind 5 years ago, who would I have put in it?
Yeah.
Well, why haven't you put it in it? Could you start it now? And a lot of this is just it's simple ideas. We have this concept that we're just looking for a stranger you're gonna convert a stranger into a speaking referral. You have the people in your database. If you are a good leader, they're in the database.
Yeah.
We just need to warm them up. We need to show value, show them benefit, and just be genuine and be interesting. If you're an expert on a topic, you will be a fantastic speaker. What we've got to do is figure out what is the fantastic database that is going to use that speaker expertise. That's it.
Karen, thank you. That was gold. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
Nice preview for our members for Friday. Speakers, if you want the full session, this Friday, May 15th, 2026, 9 a.m. Pacific time to 11 a.m. It's going to be virtual. Xray your database for gold. Turn contacts into cash and bookings with Karen. And I'm going to put the link for registration in the show notes, whether you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or our new podcast platform of Buzzsprout. Or you maybe have got this on the email. Whatever it is, make sure you show up. Check out this highly valuable session with Karen. Karen, thank you again. I really appreciate it. Any last words of inspiration for people to make sure they get there on Friday?
Oh, grab your seat.
Yeah.
I'm excited about putting anyone in the room in my own database. That's the best thing I can do. Let's connect.
Beautiful. And if people want to find more resources from you, where can they find you?
Fenneroli Associates.com.
Yep.
Easy to find me. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I personally manage my own LinkedIn. I've got about 18,000 people that I'm connected to, but I know them and very articulate about accepting. So if I know it's coming from SoCal, just send me a little note that goes, SoCal NSA.
Yeah.
I know Sam.
Thank you, Karen, so much. Really appreciate it.
Take care.